Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. It's a brand new day. The sun's up. It's a brand new day at the Kerbal Space Center. We need to go out and send some rockets up today, I think. Last time we went and intercepted an asteroid. That was successful. A little underwhelming, I think. It was fun, though, going out and taking a look at it and then coming back. We got quite a bit of money and some prestige for it. We're up to 3.6 million monies, whatever they are, and 1,500 science. That's a lot of that's from the orbital space stations. Well, the one orbital space station. Actually, no, both of them. I went to both of them and sent their science to the Space Center. I don't really need to spend it yet. Today we're going to do something pretty quick, I think. Shouldn't take too long. We're going to send a probe, well, a resource scanner to Minmus, and we're going to send two rockets to Minmus. One is a resource scanner, and the other one is a rocket that's going to dock with Galileo, take the lander from Galileo, the one that doesn't work too well on the moon, and take it to the space station at Minmus, orbiting Minmus, and then come back. So I want to start with the resource scanner. Let's go in here. So I was looking at other, as you can see, haven't used this one in a while. I was looking at my saved spacecraft and I can't find the resource scanner. I was looking at all of these. I couldn't find the one that I sent them to the moon, so I don't know what happened to it. I must have deleted it. So I went back and looked at the older episode, and it was pretty simple. It was basically, let's get a probe. What am I doing? Where's the there we go, command. Actually, no, it's going to be a pod, but not a pod. It's going to be a probe. So I have better probodobodynes. I sent the Octo last time, but I have this one. This one, it does have reaction wheel, but it's not that powerful. The last one I sent I had to put a reaction wheel on it, and it was this one, I believe. So we'll probably do the same thing. Let's use, that's 2,200, 1,400. Not that it matters, we got plenty of money. Zoom in a little bit. So it's either that one, let's see, this is 0.04 tons, 0.1 tons, it's a little bigger, heavier. It does have all the cool SAS features. It doesn't require a pilot, does it? No, it's unmanned. Remote pilot assist available. Electric charge 3. Do I need this, or can I just get away? I could get away with this cheaper core, I think. Probe core. It doesn't have to be spectacular. It just has to be able to basically let me use SAS. Has a small electric charge. It has no, right. So let's give it a reaction wheel. I believe that's the one we used last time. And we need the scanner, the resource scanner, which is this. Is this what we did last time? Oh, right. And then we needed a cargo bay. payload. And it was this. Oh, come on. And what we did is we put just some batteries in here. And it was the 200. We could put those. That's pretty big. It was a couple of these is what we put in. And then on the side, we put the, I think the longer ones. The 1x6. Yeah. Or we could use the 3x2. I don't think it matters. We'll just use these. A couple of them. Batteries. Oh, we need communication device. Now, last time, I think we used these. We used a couple of these. What I could do... I don't think this is going to work. Because I can't put it on... I can't attach it to this. I don't think it'll let me. And if I fold this out, yeah, it's not going to work. Kind of like that antenna. But how about a big dish? There we go. No, just kidding. Let's use, what is this? Oh, that's way big. I could use a couple of these. Compatibility exponent 1. What does that mean? Antenna is not compatible. Oh, with data transmission, I guess. Well, that doesn't make sense. Huh. Is there any way I could slap this on here at all? No. Why can't I put this on the side of there? Like that. No, just... Oh, that's pretty cool. What does this look like with that open? I don't think it's going to work in there either. That's too bad. I really like this antenna. Ooh, I know what I could do. Let's just put it on the fuel tank. I'll leave it up here. We're going to need... I think the last time we just used... Let's see... See if I can find it. We have so many dang fuel tanks now. It wasn't that one. It was a smaller one. Was it? No. No. That one. No, it's like the... No, that's it. That's it. That's the one. And then we put a poodle on here, I believe. Or a terrier. And we had about 35... Yep, that's about right. 3,500 delta V. Now, hold on a sec. That's for the moon. Okay. And then we can put this right here on the side. Exactly. Although I kind of want it like that. You know what? Why don't we put it over here? We'll just put it there. All right, that's our resource scanner. Let's just call it resource scanner. Moon or Minmus. And we'll save that. And we have batteries, we have photo panels, we have a communications device. Now we just need the rest of the rocket. Now, last time, I think we used just a couple of these tanks with the the skipper to get it in orbit. But this is 3400 Delta. That should be plenty to get it to Minmus. No problem. We just need enough fuel to get us into orbit. So let's put a coupler on here. This is 1.25? Yeah, that's right. And wow, it's been a while since I've used 1.25 parts. Let's go back to the fuel tanks. And I believe I used a couple of these. But I might want a few more. Or one more. One additional. Let's try 3. Oh, was it? Yeah, it was that. So, I thought these were configurable like the outside the paint, but they're not. So it's all going to be a white, very white rocket. Let's put an engine on here and see how much delta V we have on this other stage. Now we used the skipper. Oops, engines. Where is it? No, it wasn't the skipper. It couldn't have been the skipper. It was the Reliant? No. You know what? I think actually, no, this isn't right. We used larger fuel tanks than this. Let's go back. I don't think that's going to be big enough. We did use the skipper, but we used these fuel tanks. Maybe not this exact one. Probably used those. But it was a couple of these, and then the skipper. And that gives us, yeah, 4,300. And then 30, that was it right there. That was the one. Now, 4,300 should be enough to get us into low Kerbal orbit, and 3,400 should be plenty to get to Minmus. Although I should check. No, it takes about 800 to get to the moon. So 3,400 should be plenty. Plenty. Should I add another tank just in case? A small tank, not this large. Something like one of those. 4,600. Okay, we'll go with that. Just because. And we're probably going to need some fins. Keep it stable, I think. Fighter jet rudders. Let's put some fighter jet rudders on there. Wow, I have a lot more airplane parts than I did before. Where is the... Wow. Those are huge. Winglets? Oh my god, those are huge. I have these in order by size, that's why. Okay. Okay, I think this was it here. Although those are tiny. These. There we go. Okay. Couple of these. And that should be good right there. Let's check the staging. I mean, there's not much to it. So we have these, and then disengage here, and then this. There we go. Save that. And that's going to go to Minmus. Nothing concerning about this vessel. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this in orbit now. Yeah, why not? Okay, let's turn on the SAS. And how much we got? 4,000 delta V here at least. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot, and I may not need it, but a fairing. A small fairing. Let's go back and put on the fairing. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used that last time, so I'll do it here too. I'll put it, let's move that aside. Move. Let's put it underneath the decoupler. Payload. 1.25. Protective shell. That should do it. And it didn't. It doesn't really weigh a whole lot, so. Yeah. Let's put that here. Ditch the fairing. That, and then that. Okay. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, now let's put on the SAS, and we need to go out to the map here, and I'm really thinking about, let's get rid of the asteroids. Those, I don't want to see those right now. Okay, we need Minmus to be the target, and okay, I want to get basically match the planes while, so we gotta fly in this direction here, right here, when we go up. All right, let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna leave my throttle right there. Whoops, need a little bit more throttle. Throttle, throttle. This ain't enough throttle. I don't remember it being a problem in the last... on the last rocket. Makes me wonder if we have enough. We should have enough delta V. I mean, it's 4,000. Over 4,000. But I'm not really... getting what I want, what performance I want here. See if we can go ahead and start turning. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not getting the performance I want. Which is bizarre, because and this is hard to control. It's all over the place. $69. I'm gonna get this up to about 80-ish. 75 is good. Okay. All right. Ooh, where are we? Come on, come on. Whoa, what happened there? That's not exactly the way what I had planned. Oh, wait. No. Whoa. Let's see. We're off by 24 degrees. Wow. Like, wow. Not sure how that happened. We're way off. Do we have enough fuel to fix this? Maybe? Maybe? Wow, that's crazy. We're gonna try it. I mean, I don't know. That's the most bizarre launch ever, I think. 79, 73, and 27 seconds. Can I get this to... No. I should be burning right about now. So let's go ahead and start. I have no idea what happened there. Probably because I was all over the place during launch. Well, we'll see what we can do. This should be enough to get us into orbit, and then we'll have to correct. Ugh. Okay. And here we go. So 34 after this, we'll have 3,000 Delta V left. Stay on target. Slow this thing down. Okay, I think that should be okay. We're off by 0.3. I think that'll be fine. Let's see what kind of delta V we need to get to Minmus. Let's make, okay, Minmus. And we'll start right about here. Wait, why does it do that? Not the moon. Minmus. And I gotta move this a little bit over here. There we go. Well, that's 700. That's a periapsis of 607. Oh, wait, that's the moon. So that's 2,000. No, that's 1,000. So we'll need about 1,000 to get there. Looks like that should be plenty. We won't have as much fuel left over, so I'm not going to do this yet. Let's go back. We're going to stay in orbit for now. Just stay in orbit. And I'm going to go back and design the vehicle that will get to the moon and then take the lander to Minmus. So let's go do that. All right, let's go in here. The VAB. Okay. So this rocket was a bit of a mess. I think, before I forget, you know, it doesn't have that this is the skipper. I could probably put a better engine on this. It doesn't have that jump off the pad. You know what I mean? It just kind of, I had to throttle up full power just to get it to lift off. Well, what I'll do, I'll just I'll leave the skipper on for now. And I'll put these back on. And this, oops. And then I'll put two small boosters on here. That's a bit too small. The thumper, I can put a few thumpers on. 624 kilonewtons. You know what? Why don't we do that? So, did I do this in the last video? I think I did. Where I used the radial decoupler. But without any power force. And then a couple of thumpers. With a dome. Aerodynamics. Here we go. Too small. Was it these? Yeah. And then I put separator engines. 22, 22, 75 thrust. And I put them on the top here. And that seemed to work pretty well last time I did this. So I put them like this. But let's change them like this. Push it in and down like that. I think that works best. Okay. I feel like test driving this real quick. One, two. Okay, we got these. Those go on this stage. Okay. This. These two. This. And those. I feel like test driving it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like this for next time I need to use it. I think this will be better. Yeah, let's leave it at 100% thrust. Save that. Now, let's do a new one. This one, I don't really think it needs to be manned. I think we could just put on a really nice probe core. Like, what's my most advanced one? I think it's... Stability assist, prograde retrograde hold, radial normal altitude hold, maneuver hold, tracking, target tracking. I think this is the one. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, target tracking. We're going to start with this probe core. And we'll need something to hold the electronics, and we'll need a docking port up here. So clamp it on docking port. We don't need two of them. Like so, and then we'll build down below this and put the tank, the fuel tank, the engine, the stages, and all that, and then I'll have this ready in a bit. It's going to take a little time to make, and I don't want to have you watching 20 minutes of me going, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I put that there? So I'm going to build it now, and then when I come back, I'll show you what I got, okay? All right. Okay, this is what I've come up with. This is the vehicle that's going to go to the moon, rendezvous with Galileo. Once it rendezvous with Galileo, I will put an astronaut in the lander that is not very efficient for the moon, dock it here, and then the astronaut will EVA, use its RCS pack to go back to Galileo. Then this piece right here, this piece, will take the lander to Copernicus, which is orbiting Minmus. Okay, so this is the second stage here. I have docking port, a inline stabilizer. This is my probe core. This is the fuel tanks here. Some battery, some solar panels. Battery pack is here, which I've pushed into the fuel tank a little bit because it was sticking out quite a bit. I put MechJeb on here. I don't really plan on using it because this part is not going to dock with Galileo. It's just going to rendezvous. But I have this on here just in case something goes wrong. But I do plan on doing most of this manually myself, the rendezvous. And on this stage I have 44, almost 4,500 delta V. This part right here will get me to the moon, rendezvous, and then leave the moon for Minmus, rendezvous. I don't plan on bringing it back, so that should be enough fuel to do all that. This stage here gives me, let's see, 4,400 delta V, which should be enough to get us into orbit. No problem. And it's basically just a bunch of liquid fuel tanks with 5 Kiwi engines. And some fuel lines. So it's basically asparagus staged. And I think we're ready to go. Let's put this thing in orbit, shall we? Oh, I have these radial decouplers. I've turned off the force percent for decoupling. So it basically should just let it go. And then I have these engines up here to push them away from the main rocket. Should work. Let's find out. Okay, so let's check our staging one more time. Launch clamps, engines. You know what? I don't know if these actually do this in order, like release launch clamps, activate engines, or if it's all at once. I think it's probably all at once, but okay, we got the separators here, the engines here, the separator here, and the engine here. It's ready to go. Let's turn on stability assist and go. You've cleared the tower. Actually, there is no tower. Alright, now I'm assuming, I bet MechJeb is gonna... Seems like anytime I got MechJeb on a craft, it messes with my throttle automatically. I bet that's what's going to happen here. I'm going to go ahead and start my turn. And this shouldn't tip over. I think it's pretty stable. Yeah, see? It throttled down for me. I didn't do that. So I shouldn't have any problems here. I'll see you in orbit. Okay. Not exactly pretty, but it's okay. Kerbal periapsis of 80 and 102. But we are in orbit. And let's see if we're off on the plane here. See, we're going to have the moon as target and see what our plane looks like. 0.9, almost a degree off. I might correct that. I think I will, just a little bit. And let's see where. Let's go over to the moon and let's see where Galileo is right now. Alright, Galileo is right here. So this is a good time, I think. Well, let's see. Now, by the time we get over there, it'll be like right here. Actually, it'll be... like if we were to start here. Okay, it's going to be over about here. Which means Galileo, the orbit of Galileo, is going to be like this, not like this. So that's not ideal. I'm going to have to wait on this one. I'm going to have to wait on that. So they're going to stay in orbit for a little bit. Let's switch over back to the resource scanner. And maybe we could probably get that one going to Minmus right now while we wait on the other one. It's a nice view. Ooh, with the moon over that way? Nice. Alright, let's see. We are off by... Did I say I was going to correct this? 0.3 degrees. Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary. Okay, Minmus is our target. So what I'm going to do here, if I can get this thing to move, there we go. Wow, I mean, my computer isn't that, I think it's pretty beefy. I got a really good graphics card, but this just kind of like, every time I play this, see, it stutters and pauses. I don't know. It just needs to be better optimized. I feel. What I'm gonna do here? Oh, come on! What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get going here on Minmus. Try and get a burn going to Minmus, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. But this might take a little time, and you don't need to see me getting everything perfect and fidgeting around with this and then cursing at how slow it is. So I'll be back in a bit. Oops. Okay, we have a Minmus periapsis of 28,000 meters. When I was pushing this out to go to Minmus, I had an encounter with the moon here, but I managed to get past it. When I throttled out more, give it more, it doesn't look like it's going to be affected by the moon anymore. It looks like I'm going to come back here, and then I'm going to be able to enter a polar orbit, looks like. So 28, I think that's good. How much delta V is this going to take? 922, and we have almost 3,000. We're good. So, and this is in 26 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fast forward, burn, and I think I'll come back again when I'm closing in on Minmus. Alright, we're coming up on Minmus. I've got the periapsis to 108. That's about as good as I can get when I was doing the maneuver. And I'm kind of curious where Copernicus is going to be. It looks like... I'm going to see if I can back this off there. I want to see what this... Let me see. Okay, we're going to come back this way. Looks like. When we hit here, it's going to pull us this way. So we're going to basically do a slight adjustment here and get into a polar orbit here. From out here, I'm not sure where is. Here's Copernicus. So it's going to be opposite of. That's fine. We'll do an opposite orbit. I don't really see a reason to get in the kind of the same plane as Copernicus. So, all right. Let's just fast forward until I'll just use the buttons. I've started using the arrow buttons for my fast forward. It seems like I get more better control that way. And right about now, okay, let's slow down. All right, are we going to go, let's see, we're going to go on the outside here. All right, so we'll start our maneuver right about here, I'm guessing. Right about here, and put ourselves in a polar orbit here. Does that look polar? Now, the last time I did this, I thought it did, and it was a little off. Actually, that looks pretty good, Copernicus. I think... Now, I need to be... Oh, crap. I forgot. I think I need to be above 25,000. I think that's where the other... I'm going to go check. I'm going to go check real quick. And see where the resource scanner is over here. It's at, ooh, 69. 69. Wow. Okay. Well, I think it has to be above 25. I can't remember. 30. So I'll make this one. Let's make it like 30 or 40, maybe. That looks mostly polar. It's hard to tell. I think that'll work. I wish there was something to tell us. What is that periapsis now? 36? Let's make it 40-ish. Okay. And that looks polar enough, I think. Maybe a little bit more. See, I often wonder if you all want to see this kind of stuff, where I'm trying to get everything perfect. I think that's going to work. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so how much delta V is this? 200. And then when we get up here, we'll circularize, and then we'll be done. Alright. What I'll probably do here is... I mean, these are standard maneuvers, so what I'll probably do is come back when I've completed, or when I'm almost ready, almost done circularizing. Okay, there we go. I had to do a little bit of adjustment. I went a little too far out at one point, and then I had to from a capture burn, and then I had to kind of go retrograde to circularize it here. And now we're now in orbit. We still have 1,400 meters per second of fuel. What I want to do is I want to turn off the engine here, shut it down, so I don't make any stupid mistakes. Here we have our. I deployed the solar panels before I left Kerbin, and also the antenna, communications antenna. And here we are in orbit. This is Copernicus. They're almost exact opposites here. So what I want to do, turn on the resource scanner, at least deploy it. And let's see, the sun's over that way, so what I think I might do is turn this to face the sun. Well, let's put it on SAS so it doesn't want to go back retrograde. I think that's good. Right about there, so we get some power, so we don't run out of power. Okay, now let's turn on, let's perform orbital survey. $25 science added. You know, every little bit helps. And then let's look for ore. Ore. It's here somewhere. I think it's one of the, there it is, ore. And then toggle the overlay to be what? Color. Blue, monochrome. Let's go with blue. Ooh. Let's go back. Let's make it a little easier to look at, like, not the heat map. Monochrome? What does that look like? Okay, so it's like a purpley, I guess. What's inverse? Ooh, okay. Although that's harder to look at. Green. I kind of like blue. I guess the blue areas. I'm trying to find the one where I know. Monochrome. I think monochrome's going to be it. And then let's do the cutoff at 50. See if there's. That's interesting. There's more. Higher concentrations of ore on the moon than Minmus. I mean, there's 50 here. Let's make it, like, there was one place on the moon that was 90, or 80. Let's see if there's an 80 here. Oh, there is. Oh, and it's all in this flat area here. Nice. Okay, it looks like, although I can't see over on this side, but over here, let's make it 90. Oops. Green. Blue. Was it blue? Ooh, orange. Interesting. Now it's monochrome. Right. And then I wanted to look and see if there's any at 90%. No, just 80. But what's nice about Minmus is it doesn't take a lot of delta V to get this back into orbit. So this is where I'm going to send. I kind of the mining station on the moon is kind of lame. I was looking at it and it just takes so long to extract just a little bit of ore, and when those tanks are full, it makes a little bit of fuel. An oxidizer. Not a ton, not a lot. Maybe enough to kind of fill the tank 10%, maybe. So it takes a lot of cycling to turn on the ore extractors to fill the tanks, and the tanks fill really quickly. And then when I turn on the processor to make oxidizer and fuel, it goes through it really quick, and it only fills the tank just a little bit. So my next one needs to be a lot bigger. A lot bigger. And I'm going to put a couple of them, like the moon one, I may continue using that. I don't know. Probably not the one that's landed there now. I may just get rid of it and send a bigger one there. Or maybe I can, well, I could send it here to Minmus, but it's just not big enough. It's just not big enough. I need bigger tanks. I need those larger drills and a lot bigger tanks. And what I really want to do is I want to, I don't want the drill mechanism to be the thing that launches into orbit. I would like to dump that fuel into another vehicle that goes into orbit. But I don't know how that's going to work. I haven't thought of it yet, but I will. I'll come up with a plan. Anyway, the resource scanner is there. And now we know where to go. It's in this lowland area, which is flat, which is nice. So let's go back. I'm probably going to go back to... Let's go back, now that that one's there, let's go back to the moon. Actually, not the moon. I need to go back to Kerbin. And where is... Okay. We do need to go to the moon. I need to see where Galileo is. Galileo is actually in a good position for a launch now, it looks like, I think. Yeah, if I launch, I might be able to rendezvous with it. It depends. By the time I rendezvous with it, though, it'll probably be over here. And the orbit doesn't change. It's always going to be like this. So when it gets over here, it's going to be like this. Will I be able to, if I come from the backside like this, I'll be able to get into the same plane. So it's going to be tricky, but that's what I'm going to have to do. So let's go to the transport probe. And how much fuel is left in this? Ooh, what's this? Contract complete. What'd I do? Scan for a suitable location for a new base. Okay. Did I have that contract? We'll analyze the data and let you know when we found a suitable spot. Okie dokie. I don't remember what contract this was. Huh. Well, I'll look at that in a bit. Right now, I'm going to see if I can get figure out a burn to get to the moon. So again, I'm going to start my maneuver, and then when I got something figured out, I'll come back for you. Okay, this is what I've come up with. I got a burn going out over here, this way, starting in about 57 seconds. If you go to the moon, just click on it, you can see where I'll be coming from this way, and this is Galileo right here, so I can start a burn here to get into orbit, which is perfect. Now, oops, let's go back. Can I get set up in time to do this burn? I gotta turn the rocket over here. I should be able to. I just need to get ready by the 7-second mark. I had to do this really quick, but this should do it. Took me a little time to get that just right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start burning now. And then I got to use part of the other engine, the other rocket motor, for the last part of this. Let's see, where are we? Okay. So, gotta start slowing down, because I kind of need to have this be pretty accurate. I mean, I could do a correctional burn when I get close. So I need to be somewhat accurate here. I think that's about as good as we're going to get for now. Okay. So it says my periapsis. 227. Let's see what it looks like now when we go over here. This is what we're going to... This is our path. So once you do this, once you do a burn or you set up a burn, and you're kind of curious what it's going to look like when you get over to your target, you can just click on your target, and it'll tell you as soon as you get to this point here, this blue point where it stops. You can click on the target and it'll show you what it's going to do. And again, this is Galileo, and I'm coming in from this way, so it should be a real easy maneuver to get into orbit of the moon. At least the same orbit as Galileo, and that's very important, because if, you know, Galileo's orbit was like the probe, the resource scanner here, that would be much, much more difficult, because then we'd have to try a maneuver from here to sort of get in this kind of orbit and then change planes. It just takes a lot more delta V. Anyway, that's how it worked out. So let's do some time warp. And what I'll do is I'll come back when we get to... Well, actually, let's see if I can just do this. Warp here. See how this goes. I should use that more often, probably. I wonder if... Oh, that's an orbit. Look at that orbit of that debris. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Let me slow this down. When we get here, we're going to go this way and then come back like this. See? We're going to come this way, stop, and then come back. And that's where we go around this side of the moon. Alright, I'm going to warp to here. Okay. A little closer. So I'm going to have to wait until this goes down here and then back this way before I can do my maneuver, I believe. All right. So see the descending node, we're 11 degrees below the plane, and you can see that right here, or actually we're above. See how far above we are. What is this hanging over here? Oh, never mind, that's Minmus. I just saw it hanging in space. It said resource scanner. It's like, what in the world? Okay. So, Galileo is going under, so we have to do the same thing. We have to set a burn so that we're going under the moon like this, going in this direction. So I'm going to get this. I'm going to start it as far out as I can. Probably right about... How fast am I going? Jeez. Right about here. And we need to go down. Alright. So we are at apoapsis 28, periapsis 24. And we're off by 1.9 degrees. I wonder if that's worth correcting. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And actually, we're almost in a position to rendezvous right now. Because they're right behind us and they're moving faster, which is exactly where we want them to be when we try to rendezvous. I'm not sure 1.9 degrees is going to really matter. Let's see. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to see how many orbits I would need to do this. Whoops. 11,000. Let's add an orbit here. Can I? Hello? Here we go again. No, that's not going to work. Let's try it like right up here. Ooh. 8.1 kilometers. .7, 10, 6.5, okay, looks like 6.5-ish. It's about as close as we're going to get on this. But let's see what happens when we grab the node and drag it a little bit. .3. What if I drag it up here? Come on, 12. I want to get this down to the altitude. 10. There we go. And now we'll take this and drag it. What about there, maybe? 3.3 kilometers. That's pretty close. 3.6. Okay, now, there we go. Okay. I think 3.3 might, whoa. 1.4, well, that was a good thing, I guess. 1.4 kilometers, I'll take it. That's in 11 minutes. This is probably due to the difference in planes. 1.2 kilometers. 1.1, maybe I can get it even closer. 0.8. Ah, I keep touching the wrong thing over here. I had it at 0.8. .8, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with 0.8. I think that's gonna be the best. Come on, stop. 1.1. 0.7. All right, there we go. In 9 minutes. All right, I'm going to perform this maneuver, and then I'll come back when we're just about ready to rendezvous. All right, I completed the burn, and we're about a kilometer separated. As you can see, when we get there, we're going to be above Galileo. Can I change? No. Above Galileo and moving on this side of it, crossing over it. So we're going this way. In other words, we're going to be moving. We're going to be above it and then moving in this direction from it, this direction. So what we want to do, change my view here. There we go. All right. What we want to do is thrust in this direction that we're headed now to prevent us from crossing over on this side of it. We also want to thrust down. So why don't we? That's the. Yeah, I don't want to be heading. Let's target. We're at 33 relative speed. So I think I want to wait until it gets pretty close under me for me to make the maneuver. Because right now, I'd just be kind of guessing. There we go. Now we're rapidly approaching it, so let's turn around and we will thrust retrograde, keeping these two markers as close as possible together. And that should do it. 1 kilometer, 0.1 kilometer in 42 seconds. There we go. Perfect. Now we'll turn this around so we have a docking port to aim at. Notice how things are getting a little jittery once I get close to the station. Alright, let's switch over. And we're going to need an astronaut to get into... Okay, which one are we taking down? Not this one. This one here. Not that one. That was the moon lander. With its nice Marietta engines there. Alright, let's put an astronaut in here. Where are the astronauts? Where did I put them? Did I put them in here? No. In here? No. Where the heck did I... maybe I left one of the pilots in here. Yes. And Elbald is our pilot, right? Yes. So, transfer Elbald to this lander. Okay. Come on, Elbald. He should be in here. Let's just double check. He is. So let's undock. Undock. Switch to, not that, the lander. And we're going to need to activate RCS and back off. Do we have any RCS in here? Uh-oh. We do. Let's go. There we go. Alright, so we're going to activate docking autopilot. We're going to control from here and dock. Where'd it go? There it is. Set as target and enable autopilot. And I'll set the speed limit to 2 so we can do this a little faster. Alright. See if this thing's gonna dock. There we go. Looks like it did. Alright, the problem is it danced around the target's so long that Galileo's now way the hell over there. So I'm gonna see if I can get close. I'm gonna see if I can get closer before I have Elabald jump out. I don't understand why when I go back to a vessel, the SAS is turned off, even though I had it turned on previously. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, 0.1 meters per second. I'm moving away from Galileo. So, let's quick save real quick, just in case I do something bad. And let's have Elabald EVA. And can you let go? Let go. RCS. And let's go. That seems pretty good. I should be able to grab hold here shortly. Board. It's just going to let me grow. Oh, F. Grab. Excellent. And can he board? Okay, board. Alright, you can't board that module because it's full. Okay. Well, what we'll do let's transfer one of these guys, Theodis, just temporarily over here. And then he can board. Alright, now we'll transfer Elabald here. and then transfer Thetis back to the mobile processing lab. And then we'll go back to this vehicle. And okay, there it is right there. So now I have to figure out, ooh, looks like we're going to intersect at 0.1 kilometers. We're still closing in on, looks like on, so why don't we thrust away from it? Just a little bit. Okay, little time warp. Okay. And what's our orbit look like? Alright, so I gotta find a way. I gotta decide. I might have to wait because I don't know if, well, first I have to set Minmus's target, and then I gotta change planes to match. And that is going to be interesting. What I might do, all right, this is what what I've come up with. It's basically it's a moon escape burn over the top. I didn't try and match planes here. It's just would take way too much delta V to do that, to get into this, to get into an equatorial orbit and then go after Minmus. It just would take too much. So I'm going to escape the moon from here out to here, and then it's going to put me in this orbit right here around Kerbin, this purple one. And I did manage to get the plane descending, the plane difference at 1.4% from Minmus. 1.4% difference. So I can escape for 200 meters per second of delta V. That leaves me with about 800. And then I could do a plane change. And then at some point along this orbit, I can do a burn to get to Minmus. Shouldn't hardly cost anything. So that's my plan. This starts in 21 minutes. It's a 30-second burn. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and warp to this spot. And I can only go so fast, it looks like. Right. So as soon as I get over here and we get close, I will be back. Alright, we're getting close to our burn. What I should have done, it just occurred to me, actually a few minutes ago, I should have filled the lander's fuel tank full from Galileo, but I didn't. That would have given me a little bit more fuel for the lander rover here, but not that I need it, but it may have helped. I don't think I'll need it, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright. 55 seconds. So we're going to start this at T-minus 15. Can we... Did we run out of power or something? What's going on? Map. Map. Okay, what's... I can't seem to get to my map view. There we go. Jeez. Now we have charge. Alright, so I wonder if this thing's going to be able to maintain its course. I mean, it should be balanced, but it was acting like it I mean, it's really hard to maneuver this. Not really hard, but it swings pretty wildly. So it's going to be days before we get to Minmus. Maybe a week or two. Alright, let's slow down. There, right there. Alright. So now I'm going to do a time warp to here. And it'll put us in this orbit here. Ooh, 1.3. It's even better than I thought. 1.3% difference in our planes. Do we have... Here, let's... Where is it? There we go. Let's extend that antenna so we don't... Make sure that we don't run out of signal. Although... There we go. Alright. Okay, now we're orbiting Kerbin. And see, our planes are close. So I'm going to see if I can match them here. How long does it take to get down? 5 hours. That's not bad. This takes 12 days, however. So let's go to the descending node. Add a maneuver to match planes. And then we'll see if we can get a burn to Minmus. Right about there. Alright. We're at 0, 0, so we've matched planes with the Minmus. So now, we're orbiting faster around Kerbin than Minmus, so we're probably going to have to wait until we get into a position like right about here, behind Minmus. Since we're going faster, maybe here. Okay, I think I found it. I think I got it. Let's go back here. So this maneuver is in 2 days. When I basically move up here, and all I did was I just stuck in a maneuver node here, pushed it out, and then focused on Minmus, and then moved the maneuver node around until I found one that went around the front of Minmus instead of the back. Now, this one, it's going to take just 94 meters per second at delta V. I push it out to here, and then when I get to Minmus, it looks like this. So I go, instead of going around the back, like this, I go around the front. And so when I'm approaching this way, and this is Copernicus right here. This is Copernicus's orbit. So I just have to put a maneuver right here to adjust course and get into orbit right here. That should work. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, I just have to wait for 2 days and 2 hours and 53 minutes. So I'm going to do a little fast forward, and I'll see you. Let's see, I'll probably go ahead and do the burn and get over here. And in the meantime, while it's traveling over here, I might go and check my science stations and send back some science if I have any, or enough to send back. And then come back, and then I will come back in when I'm getting close to this maneuver here. So, see you in a bit. Alright, I went and checked the science stations, and they do have some science, but not really enough where I have to bother transmitting it right now. So, I decided to go ahead and show this maneuver. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on this right here. I'm going to focus on Minmus, and then do this pretty slowly, and then watch this and make sure I get this right here. So all I'm doing is time warping a little bit. I did do a time warp to about right here, and then I'm manually time warping until the maneuver. And I'll probably stay on this. I might cut, like, after the maneuver while I'm getting over there, I might cut that out, but that's about it. Okay, we're coming up on it. We have about 2 minutes left, and I'll slow down the time warp here pretty soon. Okay, where are we? All right, so we're going to start at about 7 seconds. I have the probe. This is what I like about this probe, is you can tell it to stay on the maneuver node, stay pointed to the maneuver node, so I don't have to mess with that too much. Okay, so here we go. Right about now. Let's slow down. This is going to be likely very picky. I mean, precise. I have to be probably pretty precise. See, here it comes. Right about there. Right about there. That'll do. Because if I come back here... Okay. So again, Copernicus, and this is going to be our course when we pass by Minmus, and all I have to do is a maneuver here, and we're in. So, okay, so from now, at this point, I'm going to do a little time warp, and I'll come back when I'm closing in on this maneuver here. Okay? Now, okay, let's slow all the way down. Alright, so we have plenty of time to do this. Alright, where are you, Copernicus? There you are. And you are going, it looks like, okay, you're going over the top. You're going this way, so we're going to do the same. Just make... Yeah, I know I should just trust the bright line here, but I always like to visually confirm. Yep, okay. So, let's do this. Try and get in the same plane as much as possible, but it's not totally necessary because we have 749 delta V left. That should be plenty. Oh. Alright, I'm going to put it probably here. And we're going to go over the top. Whoa. Alright, and I think Copernicus is at 10,000 as well. Right. So does that line up? That's close. That's really close. That wouldn't take much to change the planes there. So let's just get this down right here, to about 20-ish. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. Alright, that looks good. Okay. $24, 18. I'm going to be at about 20. Alright, that's good. Now, let's see how close that is. That's going to be... Oh, it could be right on. I mean, that looks almost right on. Okay, so this is going to cost just 58 meters per second. Alright, so I'm going to align to the maneuver. And we're going to warp to about right here. Maneuver's in 5 hours, 27 minutes, so let's make it... Let's warp to about right here. And finger poised on the X. Right there, that looks good. 19, 20, I'll take it. Alright, here we are. We're now in orbit. And in the same plane. And that's how you do it. So we just have to wait until, since we're in higher orbit, we're orbiting slower than Copernicus. So we want Copernicus to be right about here behind us. Somewhere right around here. Right around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, here, let's just do it now. Let's just do a little time warp until we get to that condition. Although it won't let me go faster than 100, but maybe I can get to it real quick. I might cut some of this out if it takes longer than I expect. Now there's an issue here. There is an issue here. I just noticed. See where Kerbin is? And I noticed when I went around the side here, I was out of radio contact. So I had no probe control. So that means I'm going to have to do the rendezvous on this side of Kerbin. I'm sorry, on this side of Minmus facing Kerbin, or wait until the orbit, until Kerbin revolves around, until Minmus revolves around Kerbin to the point where my orbit face is like this. Say, pretend Kerbin's out here. That way I'm in constant radio contact. So I don't know how this is going to go. Let's find out. Alright, looks like we might have an opportunity coming up here. This is getting in position here. It's going to be close. I don't know. This might overtake us by the time we get down here. And I can't do a rendezvous over here. So, oh, by the way, check out this. I'm only off by 0.1 degrees. So how's that for some piloting, huh? Okay. Yeah, this is gonna probably cause me to rendezvous over on this side. I wonder... Okay, so the first one, I had it right here. And then now this one's here. I wonder if the next one's gonna be here. Okay. Now, if I could do the maneuver like right here, that might work. Let's see what happens. Nah, I think that's going to be too close. Too close. All right, let's try a maneuver like, say, here. Oh yeah, see, it's just not going to happen. Here's what I could do. Where's my periapsis? 998? Okay. Let's maneuver this, like, let's do our maneuver right here. And we'll see how many orbits this is going to take. So, they're at 10. How close would I be over here? That's... Looks pretty close. I'll just go ahead and run with it. So what I could do is put the maneuver down here and just add orbits and see how many orbits it's going to take. See, that's too much right there, and then let's maneuver. So that's sort of close, so I can grab the node here and then see if I can. Ooh, maybe I can do it up here. Ooh, here we go. Hold on. Oh, that's right there. Okay. 0.4 kilometers, and this is in what? When is this maneuver? Four hours. So if I can start it right here, which is maybe probable, then we have 2 chances at it here. The problem with this, though, is once I get here, I'm gonna have to do the docking like really fast. From here until about here is my window for the docking. From here to about right about here. Can it be done? Okay, so this would be 4 hours 35 minutes. This is 4 hours 9 minutes. What's my orbital period? 56 minutes, almost an hour. So this has got to be at least 20 minutes, right? It's about a third of the arc. So I have 15-20 minutes to do it. I'm going to go ahead and try it. So I can't wait around here forever. I mean, I could wait until the perfect conditions, but this is, I mean, look at that. 0.4 kilometers, 5.5 meters per second. I think we got to do it there. So let's warp. 38 minutes. Well, what I'll do is I'll just do some time warp, and I'll come back when I get close to the maneuver. Okay. So I'm just going to wait until I see that, until I see this turn green up here. Then we're going to hit it. I should quick save. just in case. Alright. Come on. There we go. Right. Alright, so we are right here. Oh. 0.2 kilometers. Even better than I planned. I mean, that's awesome. 0.2 kilometers at 5. I don't even have to do anything. I just coast in. Wait till we get to this point right here. Slow down. Detach. Dock. Done. Too easy. Alright. Let's just warp to, I guess, right about here. So this is in 19, this is about 20. Right here is 20 minutes, and the intersection is in 21 and a half. So that gives me a minute and a half now. I'll warp to about right here. I mean, I don't even have to slow down that much. Alright, so let's go back. Let's go here. And let's change this to free view. And there is Copernicus. We're going in this direction. 0.1 kilometers. So what I'm going to do is go retrograde, because all I have to do is slow down. Alright, let's put it on stability assist, and I will just manually guide it in from here. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of all of this. Put it in this tank. So this should be empty now. No fuel. No fuel. No fuel. So now we're gonna need this has a MechJeb, so we can have this remotely guided and docked over here. Where do we want to dock? Let's just stick it right here. I think it would be the easiest for now. Or maybe there. Actually, this would probably be the easiest. So let's decouple, undock. And we need to switch over to this one. And hopefully this doesn't drift into... I probably should have turned. I think it'll be fine. Alright, so I can turn on MechJeb. Enable. And give it docking autopilot. We got to say control from here and dock here. Set as target and autopilot. What I'll do is I'll go back to the Space Center and get rid of this right away. Alright, and we will disengage docking autopilot at about 0.5 meters is what I usually do. Right about now. Excellent. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Let's turn off that, turn off that. And we do have, how many do we have? We just have 3, right? Here. Gillock and the 2 scientists, I believe, is all we have on this space. We don't have 5. We have 5 on Galileo, but I don't really think we need 5. I think this, this pilot. This is the pilot. We'll pilot Copernicus if needed, and also the lander. And then we could take one of the scientists down. If anything, we'd need another scientist, maybe. That way, because when one of them goes to the surface, I'm not losing production here. Science production. I think this... How far... I'm going to see if this thing's moving away from me. So what I think I'll do is set this as target and see if it's moving away. No, it's moving closer. 61.1. So what I got to do is I got to go back to the Space Center and destroy it. Let's see, what is this called? Transport probe, I believe. Transport probe. Okay. Well, we have finished the docking here. Mission accomplished on both ends. We got both taken care of. We got the resource scanner and we got the lander here. I think in the next episode, and I'll go to the mission control here in a sec. In the next episode, we are probably going to take the lander down. I'm going to see if I can get a mission for that, to take the lander down to Minmus and do some science work. And when I do, that's what we're going to do. And test it out, see how well it works. So, let's go to the Space Center. And tracking station. And we'll do our magic. It's called Magically Make Transport Probe Disappear. There, no more problem. What is this? This is the debris from launching it, right? Yeah. We can whack that too. So we have Juno. Atlas is up. It's still up here. I don't know what we're doing with this. It was just a satellite launched. Galileo. Resource scanner. We have 2 of them. I should name them Moon Resource Scanner. Can I do that right here? No, I have to go there and rename it. Magellan. Still, I haven't really done a whole lot with Magellan. I do have a mission that I could take people to Magellan. I haven't done it. It just seems boring to me. Copernicus. The Moon Mining Station, which kind of is lame. And the other resource scanner. Alright. I'll leave it here, and when we come back, like I said, we're going to test. I'll see if I can get a mission for that lander, and we'll take it down to Minmus. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.